DBSCG things.
What is up, Yuhp gang? It's your boy Taxon, and welcome back to Yuhp DBSCG Things. Today I got another exciting deck profile to go over with you guys. This is going to be the Undefeated from our leader draft weekend at our locals, guys. This is going to be Cell. Not Cell Surge, but Cell. Now, guys, before we get into the deck profile, I do want to say, if you want any custom mats and or sleeves, absolutely check out ProMats, guys. The best place to go and get your custom gear for your card needs. The link will be in the description below for you guys to go check them out. And also, they are doing a monthly tournament thing. You can see it on the screen now. There's chances to win TCG Metal Leaders, chances to win play mats, awesome things like that. Go to the link in the description below to go check out this Discord and get more information on that, guys. And with that being said, guys, if you like this deck profile or my content in general, absolutely consider smashing those buttons, subscription, like, and notification bell. And with that being said, guys, let me turn this camera around and show you the deck profile. Alrighty, you guys, so here we are with the Undefeated from our locals this weekend, and this weekend we did have our own little special leader draft. So this is a random leader that he pulled out of a stack of all the leaders in the game, and this is what he went undefeated with. So go ahead and show us what your Cell deck does.
Yeah, so this is the set 2 Cell leader. By today's standards, he does nothing crazy. Activate main once per turn. I can put a card from my hand under him to choose one of my opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 3 or less and KO it. Awaken at 4 or less, draw 2 and flip him over. Other side, awaken side, activate main, put a card from my hand under him to draw 2. And then activate main, I can place 2 cards from under him into my drop area to KO one of my opponent's battle cards. So he's nice, he has that built-in board control, and then being able to draw 2 cards every turn is really nice. He doesn't get any draws, and he doesn't have any self-awakening on his own. He draws 2. He's got a lot of weaknesses, but I was able to make good use of him.
Absolutely, I like that. It has built-in removal, too, with that skill right there.
Yes.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Alright, so the first thing, the leader, you have to awaken as soon as possible. Set 9, Android 15, Vicious Vendetta. 1+10, end of battle when you combo with him, you play him in rest mode if your leader card is green, which he is. And then during your opponent's turn, when you play him, you can add 1 or 2 cards from life to hand to restand a green energy. So going just turn 1, green, and then comboing that, you can combo with it as many times because it restands your green. Use that to awaken as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
And then Bardock, Unison. It's a solid Unison, and there's several reasons I have it in this deck specifically. The auto is super nice, just being able to get rid of a combo from my opponent's area, a card from my opponent's combo area every turn. Really nice. +1 to KO a 1-drop to make them discard a card, and the -3 to give them +5 in triple attack is beautiful. And then set that aside for a second. Now, if we're running a green Unison and a green deck, we of course need the Friezas. Free counterplay if you have a green Unison and 2 or more markers. You play it, you KO a 7 or less. Easy enough. And Dormant, because the leader is mono green. Free if you have a Unison in play. KO any normal battle cards add up to 2 or less. Discard a green card, they can only attack 1 more time for the turn. Doesn't negate the attack, but still having that flood negate for free is huge. And then real quick, doing the super combos, I went with 4 Defending Father Paragus. Having the constant 0+10, he's a mono green, and then draw 2 warp 1, so you can dig through more of your deck without having to worry about your energy being the wrong color. Makes him beautiful. To be honest, with the way this deck runs, I don't actually combo with him that much. He tends to either go in my energy as a mono green, or using my leader skill, I don't have to warp 1 anymore, so it becomes a +1 instead of a break even, which is very nice. So the Bardock's +1 skill, I need to KO a 1-drop. So I have him in here. SS Vegeta Majin Exterminator, set 14. When you play him, you draw a card, and if he's discarded, if your leader card is green, if he's discarded by an opponent's card skill, you can play him from drop. So you go up against another hand control matchup, you get that card back immediately to replace himself. And obviously just pay 1, draw a card, +1 KO, make your opponent discard. Android 17 Impending Crisis. Another 1-drop Android. This is from the Expert deck for the cell that had the Cell Games Arena that I don't think anyone played. Auto, when he's played a familiar card's an Android, I can put any 4 or less battle card that has Android in its card name from my deck into my drop area, which is huge because that fuels my entire chain plus another 1-drop. I use him to put Quick Sweep 17. I can pay a green, plan for my drop area. That's a 1 energy +1 KO, make my opponent discard. I can use that to put, I only run 1 of this, but Deadly Defender, and sell Android Absorber, which is, all of this works really nice with this leader because I have so many ways of getting cards to my drop area, either putting these under my leader, putting them in drop with Impending Crisis, putting them in drop with Dormant. It's huge in just this, with these, because this becomes a 1-drop if this is removed, and then he's a 1-drop for that skill now. And obviously when he's removed, get the Deadly Defender. I only run 1 of it because most of the time I'm going to be using him for the play, the 15. And the play in question, we're done with this now. We've got Super 17 Relentless Absorption. Promo card, successors for 1, either green or yellow. Union Absorb, limit 1, a green or yellow. Clear card is an Android. Put a cell from deck or drop area under him. Again, putting cells in drop anyway. It's amazing, especially if you successor him. Or from deck if you haven't seen it. And he plays either the set 9 Hellstorm Unleashed or the set 5 Cell Absorbed. So the way the deck runs is that this is the main finisher, or not, yeah. I have, and then both of these have crit, Android 20. So
They give them boys double strike.
yes, +5 and double strike for
crit.
the turn. So obviously you can just sit back, turn 4, because you have to have 4 more energy. Him goes into Hellstorm Unleashed, crit for their life, and then the next turn you can go into Cell Absorbed, make them discard 2 every time you attack.
That is crucial. And he's a crit dual attack.
Yep. And he draws a card and rest 2 of your opponent's cards.
God, that's not once per turn. That's 4 cards from hand on a dual attack critical, guys. Oh god.
And then you combine that with the Android 20, that's double crit.
Oh, double crit, dual attack, drop 4, please.
It is a very rough combo once it gets off.
Oh, it's huge.
And you've got a 9-drop, you've got a 3-drop that plays. Obviously, you're going into Cell Xeno.
Cell Xeno! There's only one way, especially since you're going into all that stuff on turn 4.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, it definitely makes it a good option.
So you can get him out turn 4, you get, if you went off the cell, you got her out, that's 9 right there. And if you have him out and nothing else, there's a couple different 3-drops. You already have 5 energy. Pay 3 for him. Successor. Whatever ends up happening. This ended every single game I played today. The fact that this deck digs so much, and it digs so much. Great Apes. Draw Apes, pay 2, warp it from drop to draw 2. Lead skill, put it under, draw 2. You can turn 1 card into 4.
Wow.
And you just dig through the deck so much, drawing up to 4 cards a turn. It is brutal. And to round the deck off, last few cards, we've got Android 13 Cybernetic Onslaught. He is in here only to get the energy exhaust negate, and on the off chance I actually have to successor for him or pay 3 for him. They both require 1 yellow. That's an easy yellow. The current version of the deck doesn't have Cells Earth Destroying, so charging mono yellow is not a problem, but I did have it in here previously, which is why he's in here. But If you don't need the mono, if you don't need all green energy, you can easily just charge a mono yellow and forget about him.
Sweet. With that being said, man, that seems to be your deck, man. How are your matches today? What'd you end up versing?
First match was against the starter deck Android 21 leader. That was a very slow matchup. I didn't actually end up getting my chain off properly, so it ended up just being the first few turns was just charging and passing and not being able to do a whole lot. But once it came down to it, even without having the Android 15, as long as I have the Android absorber and the quick sweep and drop, that's my chain right there. All I need is to get him into hand. That's everything you need, and that's everything I needed. Ended up coming up. That match ended with, well, like I said, I ended every game with Celzino. Game 2 was against the newer Trunks Future leader that when you take a damage, you can reveal it and add to your hand instead.
Set 10 blue Trunks.
Yes, that was a very rough matchup because this deck doesn't have any barrier removal. So once he boarded that 12-drop, not 12-drop, the 8-drop Vegito,
yep.
Triple strike, barrier, deflect, bottom deck 2 when he's played in attacks. But again, I drew for turn, had these in drop, had these in hand.
Clutch.
Game right there. And he was already at 3 life.
Wow.
Game
Clutch.
3 was up against the newest Red Broly leader. Again, that one went a lot better. Was able to easily successor off 15 and get the successor off 15 to get out the Hellstorm Unleashed. And then next turn, I ended up paying 3 for a copy of him, successoring into Celzino. It's a rough deck. It just kind of sits there and waits for your opponent to just lets your opponent do whatever they're gonna do.
All right, man. With that being said, do you have any shout-outs?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, with that being said, guys, this is the deck profile. If you like this deck or my content in general, consider subscribing, liking this video, and also hitting that notification bell. With that being said, guys, we will see you guys next week.